Good day. This is meteorologist Kyle Gallagly coming to you from the 24/7 Fleetweather Ocean Routing Center. The time is 15Z on the 28th of July, 2022, and this is a brief discussion of tropical activity ongoing in the eastern Pacific Ocean. Currently looking at the National Hurricane Center, we see two systems. We have Tropical Storm Georgette, about 16 north, 119 west, and Tropical Storm Frank farther east, roughly 13 north, 110 west. Start with Tropical Storm Georgette, fairly compact system. I see a very small area of dense overcast here. Is approaching about 120 west longitude. Has been drifting off to the west for the last 24 hours or so. The latest forecast from the Hurricane Center has the system right now at a 45 knot tropical storm. As you can see, a very small wind field in terms of gale radii with the system. Forecast to continue off toward the southwest over the next 48, 60 hours or so before beginning to slow in forward speed and eventually start to drift more toward the north as we get toward the early to middle part of next week. But as you can see here from their intensity forecast, not expecting much in the way of additional intensification beyond where it is at this point. And farther to the east, here's Tropical Storm Frank, much larger system, still somewhat disorganized with convection. You have some deeper convection here, just to the west of 110, as well as some farther out bands here off to the east. But this system has been tracking off toward the west-northwest over the last couple of days. And the latest forecast from the Hurricane Center has this system continuing to intensify up to a peak of about 90 knots in about 60 hours. So as we get into the early part of this weekend, before continuing off to the northwest and eventually weakening as it begins to encounter much cooler sea surface temperatures and more stable conditions as we get toward the middle part of the next week. Lastly, we'll take a look at our in-house product with the latest run of the GFS model. You have Georgette, a reflection of Georgette here, and here's Frank. As we go forward in time, as we get into the beginning part of the weekend, so this is 30th at 0Z, see the GFS not really hanging on to much of a reflection here for Georgette versus Frank really starting to get its act together in line with the Hurricane Center forecast. Continuing further, this is Sunday, the 31st to 12Z. You can kind of see a little bit of a reflection here for Georgette, but again, given the size of the system, I'm not really expecting a whole lot from that. And you see Frank here at this point would be near its peak intensity, according to the latest forecast. And as we go into next week, here's Monday, Tuesday, and eventually Wednesday, you see the system really beginning to weaken fairly rapidly. As this point, we're approaching 25 north latitude and about 127 west longitude, with further weakening expected beyond that through the remainder of next week. Given these the locations of these systems and their forecast tracks, not really expecting significant impacts to primary shipping lanes to from Panama Canal, west coast of the United States, as well as broader trans-Pacific voyages coming from the Far East via Great Circles down to the Panama Canal in the vicinity of Baja California. It looks like there's going to be fairly adequate room to mitigate any real direct impacts to those routes. Thank you for watching. I'm meteorologist Kyle Gallagly. Stay connected and safe.